Yo, what's good guys? Welcome to another Hawkeye review. Today we're going over episode 3 and there were some hints in there about a certain person. Let's get to it. Okay, so first we're introduced into Echo's childhood and how sad her backstory is. Her dad was a part of the Tracksuit Mafia. He died by the Ronin, and she's been deaf her whole life. And I mean, after the Ronin had killed her dad, obviously she was like, "Oh, I want to get revenge," and that's why she's been looking for the Ronin with the Tracksuit Mafia. But before that, her dad was trying to send her to a deaf school, and obviously he couldn't afford it. And it was just kind of like this heartwarming scene between the father and the daughter of Echo, and it was really good. You grow to like the character more, even though it's a bad guy, you know. But one thing I do want to say, it's like the first 5 minutes or something like that, first 6 minutes of the episode, we are introduced into the uncle, which, if you don't know, Echo, I believe, was I don't know if she was adopted or if she was, because obviously her dad died. Kingpin was in the show. I mean, we all think it's Kingpin. Obviously, it could be someone else, but everybody thinks it's Kingpin. His hand was in it. There was no face reveal, so we just know that he's called Uncle, and he was wearing an all white suit or all black suit. I forget which one, but he was wearing a suit, and he just put his hand on her. And they bring up the reference of Uncle's not gonna be happy, blah blah blah. I'll get to that shortly after. After that, we cut to the where Kate Bishop and Hawkeye were tied up at the little mall area. And Echo starts interrogating them, and she's trying to find out who Ronin is, obviously, because she wants to get revenge. And then Hawkeye says that Black Widow killed Ronin. I don't know if they talked it out or something like that, and then she was like blah blah blah. But it's just kind of crazy to see Clint bring up Black Widow and say that she basically killed the Ronin, you know. After that, Hawkeye escapes, and he gets his bow, fights the Tracksuit Mafia. Obviously, Kate Bishop didn't know the plan was gonna be take off the little duct tape they had around their wrist, so she's still on the little I don't know what it's called, the little what are those things called in the mall? The little ride. It's not like a merry-go-round, but you know what I'm talking about. After that, Clint and Echo start boxing, and I gotta tell you, Echo can fight. Echo can actually fight. She was putting in work, and actually, she kicked Hawkeye in the head, and then ended up knocking his hearing aid out, and which made him go deaf. And then obviously she stepped on it, and she then had to fight him, obviously deaf. But the cool thing I noticed about the Hawkeye show is you can tell how experienced Hawkeye is even without his hearing. Like his bow shots are all accurate. Obviously you need to see for that, but I'm saying like there's just one shot of him doing like multiple shots, and he, you know, like, you ever seen that one in Avengers where he goes like this and he turns away and goes like that? You would think that maybe his hearing or something. It's actually not. He does that again, like in the show, and he hits some dude's hand. Obviously I don't know if he was meant to hit his hand or his chest or whatever, but it still looked really cool, and it shows you how experienced Clint is even without his hearing, which is crazy. It's crazy to see how talented he is. After that, he releases Kate Bishop. They run off. They get, if you guys don't know, the cool car scene was in it, the like little one shot, 360 thing, you know. It was in the trailer, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. It was in one of the trailers. And it was good. We got to see Kate Bishop use some of the trick arrows that Hawkeye had. I honestly feel like this episode stood out about Hawkeye, and it was so cool to see. You could see how good he was even without his hearing. You could see how many different arrows he had, because before that we knew he had trick arrows, but we didn't know the different kinds. And this one you get to see a whole bunch of trick arrows. After that, they obviously do their little car scene. It's kind of hard to explain, but you guys gotta watch if you guys get to take anything out of the episode, you have to watch the car scene. It is so cool. It's so cool. Even the shots are cool, but there's one one specific scene. They get to a bridge, and Hawkeye gives Kate an arrow, and he takes an arrow. And Kate, obviously, he just says launch it in the air. Boom, Kate launches that thing in the air. And then on Hawkeye's arrow, there's a big thing that says Pym. And obviously, if you know anything about Ant-Man, the Pym particles, right? That he shoots it, boom, he hits the arrow's huge, and it destroys the truck. It falls right on top of the giant truck. That might have been one of the coolest shots in the entire episode, besides knowing that we may have a confirmation on Kingpin. But anyways, that's probably one of the best action scenes that I've seen in episode 3. And it was just really cool to see. All the action scenes were great, but that happened. After that, they went to go fix his hearing aid. Oh, actually, let me back it up a little bit. After that, they tried to escape on this train, and it was kind of cool to see them do that little grapple scene. If you guys don't know, I think that was also in the trailer, but they did like a little grapple scene from the bridge, and it was kind of cool. After that, I'm pretty sure they just went to go fix his hearing aid. It was a very short episode. It was only like 43 minutes. It was like a 40-minute episode, I want to say, if that. But it was a really short episode. I think there's only supposed to be 6 episodes of this, so we're already halfway through, and it looks pretty good. After they get their hearing aid fixed, Kate Bishop tells them about Jack and how she thinks he's dangerous and stuff like that. And then Clint is also like, you don't have enough evidence, this is like basic stuff, you don't have enough yet, But when they go, it's like the end of the episode, but when they go into Kate Bishop's house, Clint starts to look around. He thought he heard something, because I think they were trying to get back up, like they were trying to look up information and stuff like that. And Clint runs into Jack holding the Ronin sword like that, like it's up to his neck, and then the episode just ends there. A very short one, but a very, very solid episode. I have to say, honestly, I just saw a TikTok the other day, and it said that Hawkeye was one of the least watched Marvel shows out of the first 2 episodes. I think it had like 1.5 viewers or something like that. But let me tell you, this one, these first 3 episodes I think have been better than the first 3 episodes of any other show. I think that Hawkeye is getting underrated heavily. It's actually really good. I know people are probably gonna think that, oh, it's Hawkeye, what's gonna be so good? I'm telling you, if the way how it ends, it might even be the best show out of all of them. Because Marvel, they surprise us, but this one is definitely better than I expected, for sure. But my thoughts, I think there's only supposed to be 6 episodes or something like that, but I'm just hoping that everything turns out good clip. We got Kingpin's in the MCU. At least that's what I think. I'm hoping so. So yeah, that it would be cool. It would be cool to see, But yeah, anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. It's a short video. If you have to go watch this, you have to go watch the series. You have to. It's actually one of the best series. I would say, you know how people always say Loki's the best? I honestly don't think Loki was the best. I think it was okay, but I don't think it was the best. To me, WandaVision was the best, but this one, Hawkeye could possibly beat that, honestly. It could. It really, really could. But you guys have to go watch it for yourselves and tell me what you guys think about it. Anyways, I'm out of here. Like, subscribe, and peace.